Right now, residents in Darlington are dealing with their 7th flood in 2 years, how they're coping with the flooded out roads. And UW Health experts are providing an update on their investigation into lung injuries due to vaping. A 16-year-old shares his near-death experience.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Thursday afternoon. A bit of a break from the rain, but showers return this weekend. Let's head to the Weather Center meteorologist Dave Caulfield as a look at your first alert forecast. I see some blue sky out there, perhaps?
Yeah, let's focus on the positives here, Mark, where we don't have rain right now, so we can at least dry out a little bit. And we're starting to see some breaks in this cloud cover. Not too many, though. Visible cloud track is still showing a lot of clouds visible outside across southern Wisconsin. Doppler track is quiet, though. Westerly winds are going to help dry us out throughout the day. But look at that. Not too shabby, that view, especially compared to where we have been to start the month of October on the Edgewater Skycam. Temperatures are already in the upper 50s in Madison. Quite a bit cooler, though, in Mineral Point at 46. 55 in Boscobel and 63 in Janesville. So those temperatures a little bit all over the place, but we'll reach highs close to 60 degrees this afternoon. Still with mostly cloudy skies, but again, we will see some breaks in the clouds, and then we'll start to see those clouds diminish a bit overnight as temperatures dip into the low 40s. Some of us could be in the 30s as we start off our Friday morning. But as we head into the weekend, some more showers are possible. We'll time those out in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Dave. The Pecatonica River is receding this afternoon after hitting its crest at nearly 16 feet, which forced Darlington's Main Street Bridge to shut down and many schools to close today. The bridge is the only way to get through Darlington. It's also part of State Highways 23 and 81. Drivers who normally pass through the town of about 2,300 people are forced to find another way to go, which has unfortunately become a common occurrence. Darlington police say the Pecatonica has hit 15 feet more times in the past 2 years than it has in the past 25 years combined.
I know that it's certainly becoming discouraging for people and responding to that, but really thanks in great part to the hard work of local officials and volunteers, we just keep rising above it all.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
If there is any silver lining, it's that businesses have become used to flooding like this. Many Main Street stores have flood-resistant doors or have relocated to the upper floors of their buildings. Authorities in Wausau are investigating a shooting near a cemetery this morning. The police department said it dedicated all of its resources to the response. One person was taken into custody, and there are several victims. Their conditions were not immediately released. Police have arrested a 4th person in connection with the multi-million-dollar vaping operation in Kenosha County. 19-year-old Hannah Curdy was arrested Monday on possible charges of manufacturing marijuana. Jacob Huffhines is believed to be the mastermind behind the operation. Authorities say he was manufacturing up to 5,000 vaping cartridges a day and had 10 employees. His brother Jacob and mother Courtney are also facing charges. Last week, American Families Children's Hospital had its first patient in the pediatric intensive care unit due to vaping. That 16-year-old spoke about his experience at a news conference today.
I found out that I had something called chemical pneumonitis, which is caused by vaping. As a result, I came very close to dying, and I have suffered lifelong damage to my lungs. I have a long recovery ahead of me, and this experience has changed my life tremendously.
Experts at UW Health are investigating 10 cases in the past 2 months of teens and young adults who vaped. They say patients who were diagnosed with pneumonia in the past without a clear cause may have been related to vaping. They're looking back at those cases now. New at noon, a Wisconsin Republican lawmaker who is running for Congress wants to call a convention of the states to consider making changes to the U.S. Constitution. State Senator Tom Tiffany is co-sponsoring a resolution to hold a constitutional convention. 15 other states have already passed it. The resolution looks to impose fiscal restraints on the federal government, limit federal powers, and impose term limits for members of Congress and other federal officials. Senator Tiffany is running for Congress in northern Wisconsin's 7th district. Congressional investigators are deposing a witness today who helped President Trump's personal attorney meet with Ukrainian officials. Nicole Killian has more details from Capitol Hill.
President Trump once again slammed Congress's impeachment inquiry before departing the White House for a trip to Florida.
You look at the whistleblower's complaint, it's totally inaccurate because the conversation that I had was absolutely perfect, and most people that have read it say the same thing.
Around the same time, Kurt Volker, the president's former special envoy to Ukraine, arrived on Capitol Hill for a closed-door deposition. Sources close to Volker say he resigned last Friday in order to testify to Congress without having to abide by State Department rules. The former special envoy provided congressional staffers with documents about Ukraine ahead of today's deposition. He is also said to have played a central role in connecting Ukrainian officials with President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani also appears to be at the center of documents the State Department's Inspector General brought to Congress Wednesday.
Whoever put it together was attempting to advance exactly the storyline that Mr. Giuliani would like to be advancing.
The packet was delivered in an envelope with calligraphy lettering and claimed to be from the White House. It reportedly contained conspiracy theories and other unproven claims about Biden, his son, and former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, whom President Trump criticized in his phone call with the Ukrainian leader.
I heard very, very bad things about it for a long period of time. Not good.
Giuliani says at least some of the documents in the packet were from him.
The Ukrainians brought me substantial evidence of Ukrainian collusion with Hillary Clinton, the DNC, George Soros' company.
Yovanovitch, who was removed as ambassador in May, is scheduled for her own congressional deposition next week. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Washington Post is also reporting that Rudy Giuliani coordinated with President Trump's former campaign chair, Paul Manafort, for help on Ukraine several times over the past few months. Giuliani had to go through Manafort's attorney for assistance because Manafort's currently in jail, convicted on tax and fraud charges. More local news now. Marcus Theaters are updating their bag policy. Madison's Point Cinema location posted on Facebook that moviegoers won't be allowed to carry in bags that are larger than 12 inches by 12 by 6. The rule went into effect on Tuesday. It excludes diaper or medical equipment bags. While the Post doesn't offer a specific reason for the change, the National Theater Association has recommended ramping up security measures ahead of the Joker movie release. One military division also warned law enforcement about possible violence at theaters based on extremist posts on social media. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Imagine whipping up a batch of homemade cookies right after lunch while you're still at work. Well, we can, and we did. And today, we're sharing the results. The other day after lunch, we were all craving freshly baked cookies. Fortunately for us, that's a perk of working in the test kitchen. At most jobs, you can't just stop what you're doing and whip up a batch of cookies at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But we can, and we did. And the results were so good that we couldn't wait to share the recipe with you. So here we go. The first thing we do is combine some flour, baking soda, and cinnamon. Then, in a large bowl, we beat together some butter along with both white and brown sugar until it's creamy. To that, we add some eggs and a splash of vanilla. Now, we slowly add the flour mixture until everything comes together. Next, we stir in some quick cooking oats, dried cranberries, and a handful of walnuts. After dropping the dough by spoonfuls onto a couple of baking sheets, these cookies are ready for the oven. You'll know they're done when they puff up and are golden. And with the scent of cinnamon wafting through the house, it's practically impossible to let these cool before tasting one. To get the recipe that all of us here in the test kitchen just love, visit our website and type in oatmeal cranberry cookies. I'm Howard with Kelly.
Test kitchen favorite.
Where today we found a freshly baked way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Those do look good. Next at noon, some much-needed calmer weather today, and sunshine returns tomorrow. Dave will have your first alert forecast next. New research shows automatic emergency brake systems that are designed to protect pedestrians aren't ineffective when they're most needed, and a growing number of stores are accepting online returns from rival companies. Mark Liverman has your Money Watch report.
The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits rose slightly last week. The Labor Department reports jobless claims increased to 219,000. That's about 4,000 more than economists had predicted. Automatic emergency braking systems that are designed to detect pedestrians perform inconsistently. The new research from AAA also found the systems to be completely ineffective at night, when 75% of pedestrian deaths occur. With the upcoming holiday season approaching, a growing number of retailers are accepting online returns from rivals. That includes Nordstrom's new service hubs in LA and Manhattan. They'll accept returns of online orders from any retailer. Over the summer, Kohl's started accepting Amazon returns in all 1,100 stores. And when it comes to drive-thrus, Dunkin' clocks in with the fastest speed of service. That's according to Foodie magazine QSR. This year, customers spent an average of 4 minutes and 15 seconds from speaker to order window. That's about 10 seconds longer than last year. Chick-fil-A was the slowest. The magazine says a big reason for slower service was due in part to complex menus and crowded lanes. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Mark Liverman.
Thank you, Mark. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 46 points after a huge loss yesterday. The Nasdaq up 60, the S&P 500 gaining 13. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee out of the radio barn today, so here are your farm numbers. Time now for the weather. Dave has an improving forecast.
Yes, slowly but surely we are getting out of this very out of the ordinary start to October and into more typical fall-like weather, and that includes some sunshine on the way for tomorrow. We have seen a few breaks in the clouds earlier this morning and into the early afternoon hours, but they're going to be kind of hard to come by. The good news is that drizzle that we had around earlier this morning and light rain showers, those are gone and not going to be coming back. The rain chance that comes at us next is going to be on Saturday. So Doppler track showing this large low pressure system continuing to spin to our north. We did have some reports of measurable snow in northern Minnesota this morning, so it could be worse, folks. We'll, I guess, just deal with the clouds for now, but quiet across radar, and I think that trend going to continue for the next 48 hours or so. And it has not been that way to start the month of October, that's for sure, with daily record of precipitation on Monday, close to an inch on, sorry, let's try this one more time. That's not Monday, that's the 1st of October, which is Tuesday. So, and close to an inch of rain on Wednesday as well, a little bit this morning. We finally can dry out over the next day or so before Saturday could bring us some more rain. So we did have some breaks of clouds, breaks in the clouds, I should say, earlier this newscast, but they have gone away for now. So they're going to be few and far between. So when we do see them, let's make sure we get outside and soak up the couple of minutes of sun rays that we might get today. Temperatures are in the upper 50s in Madison, so our temperatures are going up just a bit in the low 60s in Janesville, but much cooler in Mineral Point. So those temperatures a little bit all over the place this early afternoon. The good news is that westerly component to the wind is drying us out, so I don't think we'll see any more drizzle, even though the clouds might be thick at times this afternoon. A little bit on the breezy side as well, at about 8 to 15 miles per hour, gusting closer to 20 to 25 miles per hour. That breeze is going to stay with us this afternoon, but temperatures will be seasonable over the next couple of days. As I mentioned, showers and isolated thunderstorms, part of the forecast, a big part of the forecast on Saturday, but that sunshine does return to start next week. And here's your 7 to 10-day forecast. We can see things definitely staying fall-like as far as temperatures go, and we are expecting those showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. They'll start to impact southern Wisconsin early on Saturday morning and stay with us through much of the day. But we do clear out after that, and a well-deserved dry spell of weather on the way for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday into much of Thursday as well. And those temperatures are staying right in the upper 50s and low 60s, pretty typical of this time of year. It's going to feel nice, though, with that sunshine on Monday and Tuesday, temperatures in the low 60s. I'm excited for that. We do have to get through a couple more rain showers, though, as we head into this weekend.
Dry out a little bit.
Yeah.
So a wet Badger game, perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it's another early game, which is good, but I think those showers moving in by the time we get to the second half.
Grab some rain gear.
Yes.
All right, Dave, thank you. Next at noon, Marissa DeGroot joins us from the Dane County Humane Society. She'll introduce us to our pet of the week. It's Boomer the guinea pig. Stay with us. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our pet of the week. Good to see you.
Hi.
We have Boomer here.
Yep, little baby Boomer here. He is a 6-month-old guinea pig.
He's squeaking away.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear his little chuttering noises.
Oh yeah,
those are some little happy noises. He's just talking away.
So he's a young guy.
He is, but I think this is almost full grown for him. He might grow a tiny bit more, but not a ton.
What kind of guinea pig is he?
Well, I think he's a bit of an interesting mix because he does have quite a bit of that little short hair, but I don't know if you've ever seen long-haired guinea pigs. He definitely has that going on in the back here. He's got a bit of the
mullet.
Yeah, guinea pig mullet, the party in the back.
But nothing in between.
Yep. So what that means is he might need a little bit of grooming, more so than your short-haired guinea pigs, just so then this beautiful mane doesn't get too tangled or dirty.
He's pretty mellow.
Yeah, you know, for a 6-month-old too, he's one of those guys that isn't too skittish. When you go and want to pick him up, he's just pretty content.
They're pretty social.
Yeah, what I love about guinea pigs too is that they'll tell you exactly what they're thinking. They have a I'm not so happy noise that they might give a little murr, and they actually have a hungry noise as well.
My sister used to breed these, and they would be in the basement making that whistling noise.
Yep, that's the like a wee wee noise when they're hungry.
Oh, that's the hunger call?
Yep, mine would do that when he heard the refrigerator door opening.
So besides guinea pigs, we think about cats and dogs at the Humane Society, but you got all sorts of critters.
Yeah, tomorrow is World Animal Day, and we want to celebrate by highlighting some of our more unusual pets that are available. We have pigeons, pigeon actually named Chicken, but we also have chickens available.
Named Pigeon?
Chickens available and roosters, and so a lot of people think of dogs and cats when they think about the Humane Society and critters, but we do have a lot of unusual pets looking for great homes as well.
Hermit crabs as well?
Yes, hermit crabs too.
And lots of guinea pigs.
Yes.
All right, last week?
And Muriel, we still have Muriel available for adoption. She was that sweet senior lab looking for a nice kind of retirement home.
And we're still cleaning up the drool out here.
Yes, there's a lot of happy drooling going on.
She was a good girl. All right, and you have to ask for her because she's not in the back.
Yep, she's actually hanging out in my office. So you can ask for Muriel, but you can come see Muriel and Boomer here at the main shelter.
I love this little guy.
I know, look at that
so
face.
Sweet. All right, let's get Boomer a home. Go to the website giveshelter.org, 838-0413, the number to call. Marissa, thank you. Have a great weekend. Here's Dave with one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, the sunshine is a little bit shy this afternoon. It's trying to break through those clouds, and we will see some breaks in the cloud cover, but they will be sort of few and far between as we go throughout this Thursday. This afternoon, some clearing, especially much later in the day on the breezy side. We'll call it mostly cloudy, temperatures in the upper 50s, and we stay in the upper 50s Friday and Saturday. Some showers and storms move in for Saturday.
All right, thank you, Dave. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.